Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 6 starts now.
Events all weekend for Juneteenth, the holiday marking the end of slavery in America. And a group effort to save a local business on the verge of closing. The deals other stores are offering to keep the Midwest Rustic open. Plus, making a splash, the two state line pools now open for summer fun. Good evening, I'm Marissa Lessner. Thanks for joining us tonight. People from all over Rockford come together to celebrate the day 157 years ago. Union Army Major General Gordon Granger proclaimed enslaved African Americans were free. The Juneteenth celebration goes all weekend at Mississippi Park. Today's event includes Chautauqua conversations where people of diverse backgrounds could bring their political, religious, and cultural beliefs to conversations that matter. There was also the Miss Juneteenth Princess and Queen competitions, along with food, music, and dancing.
When you talk about Juneteenth, it's so important to our Black community, the opportunity to celebrate the emancipation of African Americans. And so all weekend long we have from the Chautauqua event to all Black graduation on Sunday, giving out community awards. It is a family fun event here at Mississippi Park.
Juneteenth is now a national holiday, which will be observed on Monday. Tomorrow's Juneteenth celebrations kick off with a church service at 11 a.m. and continue with gospel performances all day. The Midwest Rustic made their one-year anniversary this past April, but recently a video was made announcing their possible closure. The unexpected happened when a rally of local businesses tried to help keep it open. Nicole Delgado talked to the owner. Nicole?
That's right, Marissa. The owner of the Midwest Rustic tells me she thought that people would understand the closing, but not only did they understand, but they wanted to help too.
The overwhelming bills that were piling up.
Owner of the Midwest Rustic, Brianna Zahn, says they didn't expect the winter seasons to be so long.
Then with the rise of rent and utilities and inflation, foot traffic was just really slow.
On June 11th, Brianna had to make the hardest decision of her life, keep the Midwest Rustic open or close it for good.
I have to take in consideration my kids, as well as the sake of the other vendors.
She made a video announcing the closure, but something amazing happened. Other businesses like Cochino de Rosa decided they wanted to help.
So I think as businesses we can come together and support each other as the community should be doing as well.
During COVID, Cochino de Rosa was struggling, and the Rockford community came together to help. General Manager Eric Sandahl says it's an opportunity to come together again and help small local businesses. Brianna says she wasn't expecting anything like this to happen.
The continuous outpour and love from the community has been so overwhelming.
Cochino de Rosa will give free scoops of homemade gelato with proof of purchase from the Midwest Rustic.
We all want to support downtown Rockford in theory, but in practice we need to step up and actually take action.
Brianna tells me she is grateful for all the support, and she hopes from this situation it will bring more people to shop downtown Rockford.
There's a lot of great businesses down here, a lot of great people that have a lot of products to offer and services, and we all need the public's help just to keep going.
June 30th is the last day the Midwest Rustic has to reach their goal of $10,000 to catch up on bills and to help their vendors make a living. I linked a GoFundMe page on this story on mystateline.com. Marissa?
All right, thanks, Nicole. Rockford welcomes back Midsummerfest this weekend as the Swedish Historical Society has been celebrating Swedish culture in Rockford for more than 50 years. The traditional midsummer celebration was held at the Erlander Home Museum and Nordic Cultural Center. Food, music, and dancing with strangers took place at the event. Swedish Historical Society's mission is preserving Swedish American history and culture and provide educational programs. A director for Swedish Historical Society says it's good that the festival is back in the Forest City.
Oh, it feels wonderful to be able to celebrate again today. After months and months and months of planning and years of anticipation to come back again, having Midsummerfest is a beloved tradition not only to our members but to the city of Rockford.
Friday night, they held an ABBA salute at Veterans Memorial Hall. Well, it was a disgusting week in the state line with temperatures in the high 90s, and many people went to cool off in the pool. But today, 2 more opened for the season. Alpine Pool and Harkins Aquatic Center in Rockford opened up. That pool is open daily from 1 to 6 p.m. Admission is $9, but YMCA members get in for free. Harkins is open daily from noon until 5. Admission is free there. A resident is happy there are more choices to swim.
It's been really great. We've had a lot of fun cheering and just smiles and laughter through it all. It's been a really good vibe here with just how beautiful the weather is, and also everyone's just really excited to get summer rolling.
Alpine held an opening day event today with a DJ, bounce house, and other water games. Harkins holds their opening day event on July 1st between noon and 2. It was a beautiful day to get out to the pool or head out for a hike with a nice cold beer at Severson Dells Nature Center. Drinks at the Dells is one of the center's biggest fundraisers of the year. Prairie Street Brewing Company and other local breweries were actually out on the trails at Severson Dells offering tastings to hikers. There was also food, live music, and games.
We decided to bring it out here this year so people can get a chance to spend some time in nature and learn a little bit about what we do and enjoy the fantastic summer weather, all while supporting nature education.
All the money raised today goes back to Severson Dells for more programming. The toy brand Nerf has a new mascot, and the internet has some very strong opinions. Nerf unveiled their first mascot, Murph, yesterday. Murph's body is made entirely out of Nerf darts, and the character uses they/them pronouns. Their unveiling took the internet by storm, one Twitter user joking that Murph was clearly bad at Nerf since the point is to not get hit by the darts. The character's catchphrase is "Unleash the play in you," which users said was horrifying. Murph will soon start appearing in Nerf commercials, retail outlets, and on social media. Welcome back. CDC Director Rochelle Walensky has signed off on Pfizer and Moderna vaccines for young children. Her green light, the final step in the authorization process after a CDC panel of independent experts met on Saturday and voted to recommend the vaccine for children as young as 6 months old. Shipments of both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are expected to begin this weekend. Pfizer has already said it expects to deliver 2.5 million doses by the end of June. Here's ABC's Ike Jachi with the details.
The CDC's panel of independent advisors voting unanimously in favor of recommending both Moderna and Pfizer COVID vaccines for kids 6 months and older.
We have more information than we often have with other vaccines. Anyone making an important decision about anything, especially for their children, want to consider that balance. This infection kills children, and we have an opportunity to prevent that.
Shots could go into arms early next week. On Friday, the FDA's Committee of Independent Experts voted unanimously to approve emergency use authorization of both vaccines for young children.
Both of these vaccines have been authorized with science and safety at the forefront of our minds.
Pfizer's vaccine is a 3-shot series, 1/10 the size of the adult dose. The company's early data showed it was 80% effective in preventing symptomatic COVID. Moderna's vaccine is 2 shots, 1/4 of the size of the adult dose. Early data showed it was about 40 to 50% effective at preventing mild infections.
I want to keep him safe from severe COVID, from hospitalization.
But a poll conducted back in April shows just 18% of parents of children under 5 say they plan to get them vaccinated against COVID-19 right away.
My child already had COVID. I know his immune system has antibody response.
The FDA and CDC say recovering from COVID may only offer a limited amount of protection for a limited time. Vaccines increase that protection, and that's why they're recommended. Ike Jachi, ABC News, Washington.
President Joe Biden fell off his bicycle this morning at the end of a ride with the First Lady near his Delaware Beach home. The president was trying to get off of the bike before speaking with reporters when his foot got stuck inside one of the pedal's tow cages. U.S. Secret Service agents quickly helped him up. Biden insisted he was fine, telling the crowd, "I'm good." The White House confirmed the president is all right, saying no medical attention is needed.
Now, your first warn weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
Well, today was another addition to our almost perfect weekend going so far. Temperatures were in the 80s yesterday. That's about where they topped out here once again today. Here's a live look outside our SkyTrack camera overlooking the Poplar Grove Airport. Beautiful blue skies out there here today. That continues throughout the rest of this weekend as well. Underneath those clear skies, temperatures are back into the 70s. Officially now 77 for Rockford, 74 DeKalb, 76 in Rochelle. A little bit warmer where we're seeing some of that south wind working its way in. We did see temperatures top out right around the 80-degree mark earlier during the day today. Here's a live look outside with our satellite imagery. Very clear skies going on. Look at that. We just have a few rain showers across parts of the western half of the country, but right around here in the Midwest, the plains, very clear, very dry skies. That's because of a high pressure that has been working its way in. That high pressure is definitely keeping us very clear. That continues through the weekend as our comfortable temperatures continue as well. But we are turning up the heat for the middle part of the week. Temperatures back up into the 90s and even close to triple digits possible, at least early on in the week. Cold front does bring our storm chances back as well as temperatures back into the 80s for the back half of the week. We are down to the 50s tonight, officially 51 degrees, a little bit chillier compared to where we have been, at least the last couple of evenings. And then tomorrow we are back into the 80s, 84 for your Father's Day forecast, mostly sunny skies once again, similar to what we had yesterday. After that, though, we do see that high pressure continue to build back in. That allows us to keep those clear skies, and any storm chances that we might have throughout the rest of this week continue to work up and over that ridge. So we will stay pretty clear, mostly clear skies here for the rest of this week as well. We do see some very much warm temperatures coming back in Monday and Tuesday into the 90s, near triple digits and even near a record there for the day on Tuesday as well. And then after that, our temperatures remain above average through the end of this month and even to the month of July, at least to kick off the first couple of days there. The rest of this week, very hot. We're in the 80s for Sunday, 90s for Monday and Tuesday. Cold front brings storm chances as well as temperatures just a little bit lower, but we still hang on to the 90s through into next weekend.
Now sports with Reagan Holgate.
Flying the W flag at Wrigley has been a distant memory for Cubs fans until yesterday when they snapped a 10-game skid in their 1-0 victory against the Braves. Obviously hoping to follow that up today with another win, but they would have to do it without Frank Schwindel. He's been placed on the 10-day IL list with a lower back strain. Bottom of the first, things were scoreless until this one from Jonathan Viller. That brings in Morel and Contreras. Cubs take the lead 2-0. Third inning now, Jason Hayward flares one to left field. It falls and Duvall is fumbling with it. Ian Happ scores and the Cubs extend their lead 4-0. Now just to seal the deal, why not? Rafael Ortega absolutely hammers this one to right field. It's going and it's gone. That solo homer would propel the Cubs to tack on another win against the Braves, 6-3. The White Sox looking for a better outcome today in Houston after dropping one yesterday to the Astros. The third inning was a big one for them. Lewis Robert at the plate singles one to right field. That brings two across home plate. White Sox take the lead 2-0. Still in the third here, Jose Abreu stifles one down the line. It's teetering, but it's still fair game, and that would tack on two more runs. White Sox rolling 4-0. The White Sox would add another 3 runs in the fourth and win this one 7-0. The Chicago Bears wrapped up minicamp this week at Hallis Hall. They had 3 days of on-field and off-field work during the voluntary minicamp. The final day, they all sported number 41 in honor of Brian Piccolo. Thursday marked the 52nd anniversary of his death. Things seem to be moving in the right direction for the Bears. Talk around Justin Fields remains positive, but only time will tell, and that will come in 6 weeks when training camp starts. Following the end of camp Thursday, Matt Eberflus was very adamant about what he expects from his players in their time off.
You know, the summer for these guys is going to be important, and the message I said after practice to them was, you know, come back lean, you know, fit and strong. And obviously I left them with, you know, get your track shoes on like I started my first press conference, because we're going to be running once we get to training camp. Training camp's not to get in shape. You should already be in shape. You should be ready to go for training camp because we are blowing and going from day one.
It's moving day at the U.S. Open, and the Country Club is really showing its teeth as play continues in round 3. Here's where the leaderboard stands currently. Matt Fitzpatrick on top, looking for his first major title at 4 under with a 3 under 67 today. Another youngster, Will Zalatoris, with a share of the lead. He was in contention at the PGA, and here he is again, climbing the leaderboard. Then the defending champ on a quest to capture number 2, Jon Rahm, sits in 3rd at 3 under. 2 names at 2 under with Keegan Bradley and Adam Hadwin. Masters champ Scotty Scheffler there at 2 under as well. Things are shaping up for a fun final round tomorrow. The 4-time major champion and former #1 ranked player Naomi Osaka has withdrawn from Wimbledon due to a leg injury. She posted a photo on Twitter writing, "My Achilles still isn't right, so I'll see you next time." Osaka didn't play at Wimbledon last year because she was taking a break to focus on her mental health. Her world ranking has now fallen to number 43. The Lightning and Avalanche face off tonight for Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Colorado leads the series 1-0, so Tampa Bay will be looking to tie it up tonight en route to another Stanley Cup berth. You can watch that game right here on WTVO at 7.
So it's so nice to open up the windows today.
Right, yeah, we got the AC a break just a little bit, but unfortunately we're going to have to bring that AC right back. We do have clear skies here today. That allows temperatures to fall into the low 50s overnight tonight, but the heat is back on for the early part of next week. Temperatures into the 90s, near triple digits a couple of days as well. We're still into the 90s all the way through next weekend.
That's it for us. Have a great night.